Hey guys, it's Coach Travis Robertson. Welcome to the show today. I have a very, very special guest who I am so excited to introduce to you, Breeyan Edwards. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
I can't tell you how much I've been looking forward to this interview because we were actually doing our group call right before this, and I was like, Breeyan Edwards is like a pit bull dressed like a Labrador Retriever. So she's got so much drive, so much passion, and she's just such a super cool person. You're absolutely going to love getting to know her. So Breeyan, let me do this. Let me kind of let you introduce yourself. Where are you from? Tell everybody a little bit about what market you serve, the general basics, and then we'll get into the meat of the show.
All right. So I am actually born and raised in the market I'm serving. It's a small mountain town, Estes Park, Colorado. We're about 90 miles northwest of Denver, gateway to Rocky Mountain National Park. So we're not a ski destination, but summers are crazy with people traveling, and winters are cold but quiet. It's where the locals come out. And we're kind of an island. Our market is really different from, even just an hour away. But so I service, we call it the Estes Valley, which incorporates other small communities like Allens Park, Drake, Glen Haven, and Pinewood Springs. So
very cool. And how long have you been licensed?
I just had my year anniversary.
Yay,
on
congratulations. on the 5th?
On the 5th.
That's
Yep.
awesome. Congratulations. And so you've been in the market a year, and I mean, first year in real estate, it can be a pretty tough road to hoe, can't it?
Yeah, especially when you have no idea what to expect, and it really wasn't a part of any life plan. So
So let me ask, because how did you get into real estate? Like what, because you a year ago you weren't in real estate and you're like, I should go get into real estate. What was that thing for you that kind of got you into the market and into the industry?
sure. So about 10 years ago, I was divorcing, trying to relocate, move home back to Estes Park. And the plan was to go into business with my dad, which I did. And so I spent about 10 years working with my dad. He's a developer, entrepreneur, and I took over management of a property management business. And I loved it. I thrived in it. And then it got time for him to retire. And I said, I love you, but I don't want to be you. So he sold the business to a new family that wanted to take on that adventure. I stayed on with them, and it's really hard owning something and letting fresh eyes and enthusiasm tell you your way might not be the only way.
Yep.
And after some long, hard talks with my husband, he was like, I don't know if this is where you're supposed to be anymore. You're stressed out. You're not my wife anymore. So what do we do about it?
Just what every woman wants to hear, right?
Right. Yeah.
Who are you?
It's hard to have that conversation, but thank God I'm, married to a man that's willing to have those hard conversations and not let me suffer through it because I don't know what else to do.
Yeah. And you have 3 kids, right?
Yes.
What are their ages? I think the oldest is 17 or 15.
15.
15.
And then my younger daughter is 12, and then my stepson is also 12.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
3 teenagers and preteens in the house.
It's a little wild.
Good times. Good times. Yeah. Very fun. So I want to take you back kind of like 2.5, 3 months ago. So you've been on our program now for about 2.5, 3 months. And I want to kind of take you back a few months back before you joined the program, because you had a lot of challenges going on at that time. You'd been in the business at that point about 9 months, give or take. And you were kind of up against some real roadblocks because you're young, you're female, and you're in a market that is kind of entrenched on a lot of levels, right? So what were some of the challenges you were facing at that time?
Right. So I look a lot younger than I am. So I, always feel like I'm always already up against something like, oh, she's got a baby face. She can't know what she's doing.
I have no idea what you're talking about there, Breeyan. I can't relate at all. I haven't looked like I've been 12 with a beard for a long time. So
I don't have a beard, but yeah. So between that, really trying to find the confidence in myself. I mean, I take the classes. I was working on my GRI. Like I really was doing the right things. I working with experienced agents. But as I was coming up on that anniversary, it's like, like what am I doing? And doing a lot of self-reflection, looking at my business, so much of it was just reactionary. I was only responding to things that were falling in my lap, basically. And that's just, it was very unnatural for me. So, I mean, that's really when I was introduced to you through your Facebook ads and how, I did the webinar. This makes sense. I took the call. This makes even more sense. And, so that's where I was. I was like, I love what I'm doing. I'm getting business, but I'm not driving business.
Yeah. So you had no control over it. Like if somebody didn't refer you, if somebody didn't reach out, you would wake up every day and you would have no idea where your next deal was coming from.
Right. I was coming to the office every day, hoping for a walk-in, hoping that my managing broker had a lead that he couldn't deal with. So, well, I'm here, I'll take it. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
And it's scary to be trying to build something that way. And that's something that I've really been working on, is not driving my business out of fear.
Oh boy. And so many people, they wake up every day freaked out. Like, I have no idea where the next deal is going to come from, where the next lead's going to come from. And you lived there for 9 months in this business where it was just luck of the draw. Like, hey, somebody happened to walk in the door, or hey, the managing broker had somebody. And there were also some other challenges in the sense that it's a small market you're in. It's not like there's 10,000 homes selling every year or every month. It's a much smaller market. So if you're not getting out there and getting the business and you're waiting for stuff to come fall in your lap, you could be waiting a long time. I mean, you would sometimes go weeks or months between activity, wouldn't you?
Right. Yeah, our market closes just under 1,000 sides a year.
Yeah.
So it's a small market. And, that combined with, there's a very well-established real estate community with great agents that have been doing this forever, that have, kind of have the market pinned down. And it's always been like their standard, their way of doing things. And it's like, I come in and I'm like, ooh, like I can't do it that way. Like, and never mind, I can't do it. I don't want to do it that way. Like, yeah. I want to do it my way. I still want to be me in doing this. And so it was hard. It kind of made me really think, is this something that I really can do?
And that's such a key thing, Breeyan, because so many people struggle with that. Is they see the way that everybody else is doing it, the establishment or the established agents are doing it, and they go, but that's not who I am. That's not me. And so your personality type is very different than my personality type. Like, we're very different people. And so what would work for me, perhaps you'd be like, I'm not going to do that. Like, that's, that might work for Travis, but it's not going to, and vice versa, that there are things that would work better for you, but not for me, because our styles are different. And so here you had been doing this for 9 months. Did you ever kind of get advice where it was like, that is really old school? I'm not going to go door knock. I'm not going to go cold call or do FISBOs. Like, what was the type of advice you were getting that you're just like, it was well intentioned, it was coming from a good heart, a good place, and people wanting to help, but you're like just going, I'm not going to do that. What were some of those things that you were being told to do or advised to do?
I mean, it was well, and I mean, I think a lot of things that new agents hear are like, farm and neighborhood. Well, my neighborhood is giant because, there's only 1,000 sides in the valley.
Yeah.
So,
It's all 1,000 homes, like,
right.
or 500 homes.
How do you do that? And then, there's not, door knocking isn't a really big thing here. Pop buys, I was like, I don't know. I just, things that I can totally see working in other areas, but for me and for our market, I was like, I don't have the resources to invest. I don't know if I want to be that person. And my whole thing was, I've got to figure out how to connect with people, because that's where I shine and that's what drives me. So if I can make that connection, I can foster it and I can touch base and I can do that, but I've got to figure out how to get to that point.
Well, and this is the key, because you were bringing that property management experience. And so you're relational, you're detail oriented, you're very much about that service side of it. But all the advice you were getting on how to get business was not congruent with who you were.
Right.
And so even the advice like, hey, call all the friends and family and ask them for referrals. And it's like, I don't really want to abuse them. It's like these referral bombs that people advise you to drop into the conversation of like, ready for your referrals. How about a referral? And it's like, if you're not careful, you end up training your audience, you train your network, you train your friends and family to ignore you. It's not exactly what you want to do. Like, hey, let me train you to dread my call every time because you know that I'm going to ask for a referral. And so you're in this small market. And did anybody ever tell you, I think you and I talked about this, or maybe it was somebody else, but did you ever hear like, oh, Bill Breeyan, you're a new agent. It's going to take couple of years for you to get your business going and be prepared, 2-3 years. And maybe one day when you're 86, you too can have a network of people that will, come back to you. You ever hear advice like that?
Yeah, there was that piece of advice that, was really like, well, your first year, like you'll really figure out if you can do this or not. It was that. And then also somebody on the other side of the spectrum that was like, wait a minute, you're really trying to make money at this? Like, you're young and married, like, should just be a hobby. Ooh. And I was like, whoa.
There's the pit bull.
I was like, I'm going to prove you wrong because, like this is time away from my family, but it's also an incredible opportunity to change not even change, but just provide another layer of security and fun because, like I said, we got to go on vacation and take some of the pressure off my husband. So.
Yeah. And Adam works hard. Adam, your husband, he works hard. I remember when you enrolled, I saw the notes and it's like, Adam, her husband is a lineman. And I was like, for what team? Like, does he play for the Broncos? And then I read later in the notes, like electric. And I was like, oh, cool. Got it. Like that type of lineman. But so he has a very demanding job. It's a physical job. He works hard and you wanted to enhance your family. It wasn't like you were trying to replace anything or it was just about, hey, I want to be able to, I'm willing to take some time away from my kids, time away from your family, but you wanted the return for that. And you didn't want to wait 2-3 years on the hopes that it was going to happen.
Right.
Right. And so, and I remember you said, you're like, I'm not a salesperson, Travis. Like, I'm not a salesperson and I don't want to be known as that. I don't want to be like, I don't want to hard close people. Like you were really adamant about what you weren't, and you didn't realize the power that you were because of who you are. And people don't want to be sold, right? Nobody wakes up every day and goes, man, I just can't wait to talk to a salesperson so they can sell me crap that I don't want for, to impress people that I don't even know. It's like, nobody wants that. They want that level of service that you're able to provide. So you had all of this background and you had no way, and nobody knew how to help you leverage who you were at your core and build a business around that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I got to ask, because like, what was that like? All of a sudden, here you are 9 months into the business, and it's not. I'm curious, how many? I don't remember, how many deals had you done? How many homes families had you helped at that point? First 9 months in.
Let's see. In August, I think I was sitting at 4.
Okay.
I think I've had 2 closings. I finished my first year with six closings.
Okay.
6.
So you had 4 sitting in August, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you were like, oh man, and your original goal, you said, I would love to get to 12, to just, make it to 12. And then, 24 would be amazing. Like if you could get to 24, you'd be like, right? It would blow your mind. That's what you wanted to get to, is that 24 for closings. And that's still what you're targeting for, right? It's the 24. So what was that point 9 months ago, back, or excuse me, a few months back. So it's in August. You're just going, okay, this isn't working. Like something's got to, what was that like turning point for you where you just said, that's it. I'm done. This isn't working. I got to figure out what else is out there.
I mean, it really was that like 1 year looming up, and that expectation that had subtly been set for me of like, oh, like if you can't make it your first year, like maybe it's not for you. It was like, yes, I was closing deals, I was making money, I was helping people. But something was missing. And a lot of it was, I was so fearful because of that expectation. I wasn't confident in my skills or in who I was, that the person I am was the right fit for this. And the knowing that I needed to do something to either better brand myself or start advertising, but what do you do? Because my phone lights up 20 times a day with some company that's swearing that they're the end-all answer. They're going to make me millions of dollars if I just buy into it. It's like, well, I don't have that much money to try. So,
right.
It really was that reflection that, what am I trying to do with this business? Because I did enjoy it. I was having a good time, and I was seeing that, yeah, if I can make that connection, my clients do like me. Like, they have great things to say. And like our company sends out like a, rate your agent kind of a thing. And, it was all coming back super positive. So I was like, okay, so how do I go from here? And, how do I just get to that next level?
And you didn't want it to take 2 years.
No, I want it now.
You're impatient,
Travis.
What's that?
I have people to prove wrong.
Yeah, no, and a family to provide for. You got to be able to say to Adam and the kids, look, I'm going away, but look at what's coming back in return. And so, yes, there's sacrifice, but there's also reward. And the reward isn't sometime down the future, someday, because someday's not a day on the calendar. So we got to make it happen faster.
Yeah.
Right. And so you just hit that point. You're like, I'm done. And so I'm curious, is once you hit that point, what were some of the other things you looked at? What were some of the other things that maybe you tried? And did you look into any other programs that were out there?
Well, I mean, so I'm every marketer's dream come true. Like clickbait, like I will drive your cost per click way down. I click on everything. But, so yeah, I had watched a couple other things, but everything, it was the same old, like, make this many calls a day and, drive your referrals through your sphere. And it's like, I mean, 2 of my very dear friends are also newer realtors in the Valley. So it's like, we share the same sphere. So it's, God, like, how do you do that to 2 of your good friends? So, it just, none of it was like, it's just not the right fit. Like, fair advice, I'm sure it works great in some markets. It just wasn't me.
Yeah.
And um, so when I clicked on your ad and watched the webinar, I was like, okay, like he's saying I can still be me, and there's just a way to put all these pieces together that will help me. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it got me to schedule the call.
Yeah. And so you enroll in the program and, I was reading your notes. I'm like, oh, I'm going to have so much, like, we're going to have so much fun. Like, it's going to be great. And I just knew, and Eddie was like, her energy is amazing. Like, she's just an awesome person. And so we were celebrating you. And so we get into the program, you get started. So I'm curious, what was like that first thing that we had you do in the program that you thought, this is crazy. Like, this is never going to work, but you did it anyway. And it's made the biggest difference for you in your business.
Oh gosh, the one thing.
Just one thing I thought was crazy.
No. I mean, honestly, like the thing that I drug my feet on the hardest, and you flat out called me out on it and like almost yelled at me. It's okay, I forgive you. Was
I'd
the
never
Facebook
yelled
ad.
at you.
Like I was like dug my feet in the sand. I was not going to do Facebook ads, and I figured it out because I hated like trying to figure out how to link technology that's so outside of my wheelhouse. But did it, and it's working. And I mean, I have leads coming in every day.
Yeah. And just for the record, Breeyan, I have never yelled at you. Come on now.
You
Never.
said you almost yelled
Almost.
at me.
It's passion. I get passionate. I'd never yell at you.
No, it's true.
No. So you're doing Facebook and it's working, right? It's consistent. And how does it feel to wake up every day and be like, hey, there's opportunities. There's people reaching out. There's people connecting with me. I mean, that's a big change from where you were just 3 months ago.
No, that's to be able to come from a place where you're fearful because you have no idea when the next time your phone is going to ring, to now having a database that is consistently getting new people in it. Are they all going to become clients?
No.
No. But I have a way of keeping track of them. I have a way of keeping up with them. I have a way of communicating with them. And there's power in that. And
so
it has built my confidence of like, and it helped me fire my first client when I was like, this isn't a good fit, and that's okay.
Yeah. Now you can pick your ideal client. Now you can work with people that you want to work with and not people that are maybe good people, but they're just not the right people for you.
Right.
And so I'm really curious now. So you're getting leads and so you're like, this whole Facebook thing, there's no way this is going to work. It's now working. And so since enrolling in the program, just in the last 2.5 months or so, you're on quite a run here. So how many listings have you picked up?
Well, since enrolling in the program, I had picked up 2, both from my sphere. That just finally decided that I was their realtor.
Yeah.
And I closed on one.
Mm-hmm.
That just last month, that was my anniversary closing.
Yeah.
And that was super special because it was a family member. But then, I mean, I have 9 active buyers right now.
9 active buyers. And you have one other listing that just closed, right? Or was that?
That was the one.
That was the one. And so you've got one still pending and you've got 9 active buyers in just 2.5 weeks or 2.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. Yeah. It's just, I don't know how you're going to survive there, Breeyan. So, and here's what's so cool about this. In that listing that you picked up, I mean, you sold it fast. Like it was boom, boom. Like it was right there. You listed it. You did the open house on it. You did everything that you just made it happen. I mean, it was awesome. So let me ask you, what's been the impact as you've had more peace and more predictability and more consistency in your business, and you're seeing what's happening. You're seeing like, hey, I got leads every day. I've got 9 active buyers. I've got opportunities that are just every day coming in. So you get to pick your ideal clients that you want to work with. I'm really curious, what's been the impact on your personal life?
Oh, well, I mean, it's pretty amazing to feel like I'm driving a business in a way that works around my family's needs and things, to be able to be there for them, with them, step away for a little while, but, they've gotten used to my weird hours now. But also they know that they can tell me, hey, like, I need you at this time. And they know that I can do that now.
Yeah. Because you're not a slave to your business anymore.
Right. I am okay putting my phone on silent, and I'm getting better at that.
But here's what I love. You and Adam and the kids just got back from vacation, right?
We did.
Where'd you go?
We went to Disney World.
Yeah.
Yep.
Disney World. And how long were you guys in? And there was a family wedding down there too, I think, right?
Yep.
So you were gone for how long?
We were gone for a week.
And you didn't take your laptop?
I did not take my laptop.
And how'd that go?
Well, things are amazing. One of my buyers wanted to submit an offer, so I figured out how to do that on my cell phone. I have had 2 other buyers trying to schedule showings, and I was like, well, I can do it Monday when I get back. But yeah, so cardinal sin, I did not take my laptop, and now things are hopping.
And so you've got buyers who are submitting offers, you're writing contracts, and you got to see the Star Wars exhibit, which you said was really awesome, get interrogated by a stormtrooper, right?
Yeah. It's pretty intense.
Yeah. So that's awesome, Breeyan. And here's what I love is that, one of the things that you did, which, and this is why I call you a pit bull that's dressed like a lab, is you are just so sweet. Like you're so mild mannered. You're just super cool, like chill, but you've got this internal drive. Like you show up so coachable, and you've just executed. You're just done, executed. You execute, you do what you're supposed to do, and it's paying off. You've got your ads running. You've got leads rolling in every day. You've got 9 active buyers. You've got a listing that you picked up and closed. You've got another listing that's still looking to get going. It's a high price listing. It's one of the highest in the market right now, I think, for you guys. And so it's a big property. I mean, it's a cool thing. And if all of these, if even half of these buyers come through, which they're active and they're, how to spot legit buyers now. And so you're crushing it. I mean, you're on pace to easily do 24 this next year. You're going to easily do 24 this next year, which is so cool. It's so cool to see that shift versus, oh, Breeyan, it's going to take, 3 years for you to, maybe by year 2, you can get a couple extra deals. And, the first year is just learning. And it's like, but does it really have to be? And that's what I love about this is you're now in control of your income. You're in control of your destiny. You're in control of your future. So I got to ask you, I mean, coming from the first 9 months where it was, well, hopefully something comes in today, to now just 2.5 months later being in total control of your business. What advice would you have for people that may be on the fence about, reaching out to us, and maybe they wonder if they can turn their business and life around? Maybe they wonder if maybe they're struggling to even get their business going, and they're just looking at it going, is this even for me? Everybody's saying it takes so long, but I don't have that much time to wait, or they're dealing with the outdated old school advice, the stuff that it's like, hey, go beat the street in 100-degree heat and door knock and call FSBOs and expireds. What would you say to that person that's wondering about whether they should reach out to us?
Well, I think what set you guys apart for me was, from the very beginning, you just really stressed that it's not, the tools can be provided, but the work that you have to do on yourself, I mean, Facebook ads was the crazy thing that I never thought I could do, but the mindset work that you required and encouraged and just really cheered me on with, like, that's the part that's life-changing. That's truly what benefits my family, it benefits my clients and myself, but the confidence that I have gained in these short weeks, because like the scripts, super helpful, the recommendations, super helpful, but I can't read off of a piece of paper and have doubt in myself.
No.
And the belief stacks, like, I love them. They are never going away. Because it has truly changed not only how I look at myself, but how I look at the world around me and how I view my business. And your program is worth it, that part alone, but there's so much more value in truly being able to create, whether you're a year in the business or 10 years in the business. I still think there's so much that you bring to it by just things that it's not rocket science, but like, here's a proven psychology behind why this works, and you just have to do it, but you have to do the work on yourself to have the confidence to execute it. And that's what set you guys apart for me. I didn't have to change who I was at my core. I just had to believe in myself.
Yep. And that's what's so cool, Breeyan. And the program is step by step. I mean, we literally give you everything you need. Like, there's nothing left to the imagination. Right. And you could go through the motion of doing it, but if your mindset isn't right, if the way you're showing up isn't there, it doesn't matter how you go through it. And so that's why it's just so awesome to see the transformation in you and the confidence in you and the, like, that pit bull coming out and that drive and that, like, I just love it. I think it's so cool to see the success that you've had and to see the real transformation in you from, oh, I'm not a salesperson, I don't even know if I can do this, to, hey, this is my business and I don't have to sell anybody. This isn't about selling anybody. This is about serving your clients. This is about creating a business that is different than everybody else's out there, because there's too many salespeople out there anyway. We don't need more salespeople. We need more servants, more people that understand that your clients are real people. They have pains, needs, wants, desires, and you're stepping in and serving them at such a high level. And now you have the confidence, the belief in yourself, the just like, this is who I am, and you own it. Like, you stepped up and you own who you are, Breeyan Edwards, because there's only one Breeyan Edwards in this world. And thank God that you are owning who she is, because there's nobody else who can be you and serve your ideal clients. Right.
Right.
So yep. I just think it's awesome. So guys, here's the deal. Maybe you're listening to Breeyan's story and you're like, this resonates. Like, I get it. I'm in a small market, or I'm new in the business and I'm struggling and I wake up every day in fear. Maybe you are waking up every day in fear and you don't know where your next deal is going to come from. And you would like that same level of control and predictability and excitement of working with your ideal clients that Breeyan gets. And you would like to have the confidence and believe that you really can do this, because you got into this business for a reason and you're not where you want to be. And you're not living the life that you want to live, and it's killing your family. It's sacrificing time with your family, and you're not getting what you hoped in return, and you're not living the life that you know you deserve and you know you desire. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to travisrobertson.com/call, and I want you to book a call with my team. We'll invest 45 to 60 minutes with you on the phone, and we're going to take a look at your business. We're going to dive in. We'll figure out what's working, what's not working. We'll figure out where you're trying to go, and we're going to help you craft a step-by-step game plan. And then if we think we can help you, and if we think you're a fit for one of our programs, we'll talk about what it looks like to work with us. And if not, guys, we'll be the first ones to tell you that too. And in that case, we always do our best to point you or steer you towards somebody else who can help you. Look, as far as I know, we're the only coaching company in this industry who will actually send you to one of the quote unquote competitors if we think they're a better fit for you. Because we know we're not for everybody, not everybody is for us. And we know what the other programs out there offer. And if they're better for you, we will absolutely tell you that. And it's the same thing. If we know we can help you, and if we know you're a fit, and we know we can do for you what we did for Breeyan, we'll absolutely show you what it looks like to work with us. But either way, we're going to love you, we're going to serve you, and we're going to give you that game plan so you know what you need to focus on to get where you want to go. So if you want to take advantage of that, it's probably going to be the best 60 minutes you've invested on your business all year. And here's the deal. There is no better time than right now to start getting your business ready for the next 12 months, because we are coming to the end of a decade. We're coming to the end of a year. And if you want to make the next year the best year in your business, don't wait until it starts to get started. Get started shifting it right now, because there's no better time. So go to travisrobertson.com/call. We'll take phenomenal care of you, just like we have with Breeyan and all of our other amazing members. And so, Breeyan, thank you so much for joining us today. I so appreciate you sharing your story and sharing your background with people. And I just think it's awesome what you're doing. You're glowing. It's so cool to see what you're doing, and congratulations on everything.
Thank you, Travis, so much. I appreciate you having me on today.
Oh, it's been my pleasure. Now, real quick, Breeyan, before I let you go, where can people, if somebody's got a referral into Estes Park, how do they get a hold of you? Where do they go? How do they, what's the best place to go get a hold of Breeyan Edwards?
My website, breeyanedwards.realtor, or, really, that's the best one, because that's my cell phone, my email, everything. Breeyan@firstcoloradorealty.com.
Perfect.
Is also my email.
And we'll put all this down below in the comments for everybody, and make sure that everybody sees it. So again, Breeyan, thank you so much. And guys, don't let another day go not living in your dream. Go to travisrobertson.com/call. Let us serve you. Let us support you. And again, let us see if we can do for you what we're able to do for Breeyan and so many other people. So thank you again, Breeyan. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And I just thank you for bringing so much value to everybody today. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Travis. It was fun.
Awesome. All right, guys, I will see you in the next episode. In the meantime, we love you, and do not settle. Don't settle, guys, for anything less than you're capable of. I promise you this. If you believe in yourself half as much as I believe in you, you've got an amazing life, amazing business ahead of you. And it is an honor to get to support you in this capacity or in any other capacity we get to serve you. All right, guys, make it a powerful week, and we'll see you next week in the next episode. Take care.